Hello, welcome to a weekly gaming news show, episode 135 for today's Saturday, January 12th, 2019. I'm Todd, also known as Boogie, or Up Jump the Boogie to the rhythm, to the boogie the beat. And over here to my right, as I see it, is Trenell, also known as True Sonic, the fastest man on the controllers. What is up?
What's going on? I'm loving the intro, my guy. Keep the compliments coming. But yeah, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to a weekly gaming news show, episode 135. We're moving on through the 130s. We're halfway done with the 130s, and yeah, man, it's been a very interesting beginning to 2019. If I do say so myself, it's been quite interesting. We got some heavy hitters in terms of gaming news stories to talk about today. So first and foremost, just a round of applause for gaming news, because if it wasn't for it, if it wasn't for all of this news, all of this coverage, we wouldn't have anything to talk about. And luckily, that is not the case. We have plenty to talk about. Yeah. So let's go ahead and jump into it. The first and foremost, is going to be our updates and corrections. This is a segment of the show that we like to use in the beginning, just in case there's any updates to any stories or anything that we need to correct from a previous episode. And if you ever catch us slipping on any of our topics, or if there's an update to a story and that we don't catch it, make sure that you let us know by reaching out to us on social media. Links will be in the description. You can also hit us up on our Discords. And shout out to Maury Jen in the chat. What's going on to our very loyal but very hostile
you know what
chat going on over here.
I gotta give Maury Jen some props, because he actually got a real system. He's moving up from that Nintendo
nonsense. Round of applause for that. Yeah, got a big boy system.
Yep. Welcome to the adulthood. Welcome to adulthood. Sir.
Welcome. We've been waiting for you. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into the updates and corrections. This time we're talking about Ubisoft, so let's jump into it.
Yeah, so there's actually two updates, right? One is directly from Ubisoft, and the other one is from Epic Games Store itself. So the first thing is Ubisoft is pulling the Division 2 from all of the stores except for Epic Games Store and their own Ubisoft store.
On PC.
On PC, that's correct. Yeah. I mean, they have to sell it on PlayStation and Microsoft Marketplace. Right? They don't have a choice. Right. But they have a choice on PC, and that choice is that they're going to be selling either through their own store or on Epic Games storefront. And this is an exclusive deal, apparently, that they a partnership that they went into. And on top of that, they have other games that they're going to be announcing coming up in the next couple of months that are going the same route. So Epic Games, like I said, when we first reported this story, they have the ability to take away from Steam. Mm-hmm. And they are doing so without fast.
Yeah, quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Haste. Yeah, so Steam is going to have to answer at some point, because additionally, and this is the second part, and this is directly out of Epic Games, is that they changed their return policy to match Steam's return policy exactly. It's essentially the exact same policy. And if you don't know, Steam, one of the big things with Steam is you can buy a game, play it for up to 2 hours, and if you don't like it, you can get your money back. Yep. And that's something that the Epic Games Store is implemented. So they are definitely going for the jugular. Considering that they have Fortnite and people on their storefront anyway, or on their website anyway, they're going to be buying games. And Steam better look out.
Man, if you're watching this, it's too late. Like, I don't know what to say in terms of what Steam can do, man. They haven't said anything publicly about this like hostile takeover in terms of their consumer base. And man, I don't know, man. It's cut and dry, if you ask me, dude.
Yeah, and when you look at Ubisoft, I mean, they push games. I mean, you got the Assassin's Creed, you got Division, you got Rainbow Six Siege, you got not Far Cry. Yeah, Far Cry is Ubisoft.
Yeah, Far Cry is Ubisoft.
Yeah, you got Far Cry, you got Ghost Recon. I mean,
those games from Steam, and those are some pretty high selling games. Far Cry 5 sold well. and Assassin's Creed Odyssey was nominated for Game of the Year.
Right.
So.
And Steam pushed out their deal where if you sell like 10 million copies or 10 million worth and 50 million copies or whatever that nonsense was, you get a discount. But when you look at it, Ubisoft doesn't sell that many games,
especially on one platform.
Right. So that particular deal wasn't benefiting anybody but the very top of the top. And Epic Games just coming out and saying, look, we're just not going to take as much money from you. Yeah, money talks.
Yeah, money talks. And it's talking real loud right now. And it's making itself freaking be heard.
Definitely.
And this isn't even going to be the last that we hear of this particular type of story. You're going to see more and more studios either abandoning Steam and just jumping ship over to Epic Games. It's crazy because a lot of games on Uplay, like you buy them on Steam and then you have to launch the Uplay launcher or whatever. Dude, like this is huge. This is huge though. For them to completely say like, yeah, we're not going to put this on Steam. It's going to only be on Epic Games Store.
Yeah, I think this is the first of many. I mean, it's one thing to have indies and medium-sized developers walk away, but when you have somebody as big as Ubisoft walk away, I mean, is EA and Activision are next at this point, because at the end of the day, these big conglomerates, they're all about the bottom line.
Yeah,
and if they can get more money out of the product with no additional effort.
Yeah, and Epic Games has way too big of a buzz around them right now for everybody not to take advantage of this opportunity to essentially save money.
Right.
It's a huge opportunity for them to save money right now. Glitch Scythe, thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. Welcome to the stream, my friend. Shout out to Glitch Scythe, one of our fellow freaking Cookout brethren. So shouts out to him. So yeah, damn Steam, damn. And then Division 2 is looking to be a pretty solid game.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely going to put that on a pre-order. I enjoyed Division 1 for a period of time. It's just when you got to the high content, the scaling didn't work well, and then it's just, I mean, when you base the difficulty on your game with the number of bullets an enemy can take versus any kind of tactical need is not going to go far. Yeah.
The AI was brick walls that could just eat bullets, just big old bullet sponges, and that was your increased difficulty.
If I'm using the LMG and I put 240 rounds of 7.75 bullets into you, you should be going down. I shouldn't have to reload 2 more times to get you down. That's garbage.
I don't like emptying entire clips into regular humans. Like if you're a monster or some kind of dragon or something, okay, fine. But if you're not at least 2 stories tall, like my boy, come on now.
Exactly. That's it. That is it.
So yeah. Lots of news surrounding Epic Games. It has been for the tail end of 2018, I should say, and it's going to continue into this year if they're going to keep on implementing changes like this. Like, because that was one of the only things that people was really worried about was their return policy. They didn't really make it clear. That was another story we had previously talked about. So yeah, now that they've just mimicked what is essentially the best return policy in gaming right now.
One of the
one of the best. They're in there. They in there.
The ball's in your court, Gabe. I mean, if you're not going to do anything, you might as well go ahead and push out that Half-Life 3.
Yeah, yeah, you better do something, my guy. Because as far as this is concerned, Epic Games is clearly not above taking all of your customers. They're not above it. It's like, we'll take all of them.
And the money with it.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so let's go ahead and move on. We're going to get things started with our quick hits, guys. If you are unaware, the quick hits is a segment on the show where we talk about a couple of not necessarily huge stories, although some of these are, but we're going to do our best to get through these quickly so we can get to the top stories that came out this week. So first up on our quick hits, we got THQ back in the news. because they are still spending money, believe it or not.
Are they selling games? What games are they selling? Where the hell they get all this cash from? Because
I don't know.
Turn around, they're buying something else.
I mean, what's it called? Darksiders 3 has released.
Yeah,
we did get Darksiders 3, but the reviews weren't all that great. It wasn't. It definitely didn't. Speak to me that they made enough money to be buying all these damn IPs and studios or whatever, because they are spending that cash. Yeah.
And to be fair, some of the stuff they're spending on are like, very fringe, niche type things. And this is what we're talking about today. They acquired the rights to a game called Outcast. I mean, the game was released back in 1999. There was
one of those early 3D PC games.
Yep. There was a sequel being worked on that was never finished because the studio went bankrupt. The studio that was working, I think it was Infogrames. Right?
Infogrames, something like that.
Whatever the weird name is. But they went out of business in the middle of making 2. There was a re-release in 2015 of the original game. And then they did a remake in last year or year before last. But I mean, this is a niche game. The people that play it, they love it. It's one of those games where it didn't get a huge wide release. There's a group of people that played it and loved it, and there's more people that have no idea what this is.
Yeah, I'm one of those guys. Right. I've never played it, never heard of it, and that's because I wasn't a PC gamer. I still don't consider myself a PC gamer.
Right, and it's like a 3D action adventure game, right?
Okay.
So, and we talked about this, and I have a theory.
Okay. Yeah. We talked about this like right before the show started. So I really want you to explain it to the followers over here.
My theory, if you look at what THQ has been buying, they've been buying a lot of defunct, old, very niche, fringe type IPs. Games that have a following, mainly a very cult following, people that know about the game or get really excited about it, but they're not very popular. They're not in the gaming zeitgeist to say.
I wouldn't call it like a AAA IP or anything like that.
Right. So what I think THQ is doing is they're developing games, and they're developing games in a similar vein. They're in the same genre. They have a 3D action adventure game similar to what Outcast was. And instead of releasing it as a brand new IP that nobody ever heard of, they're grabbing these IPs so they can stamp that name on what they have worked in place.
Right.
And I think if that's what they're doing, that's actually pretty smart. Because you'll be able to quickly generate excitement about a game. Right. That you may not have been able to get if you just came up with a brand new IP that nobody ever heard of. Right.
Yeah, because THQ, the name, has a long-standing history, and so with that history comes, doubt. Doubt in the publisher or the developer. So when you see a brand new IP from THQ, that may not, get everybody's like ears buzzing, like, oh, this is something that I should probably looking out for. Shout out to Ruby Rose. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate you for doing that. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for the host as well. Shout out to anybody tuning in from Ruby Rose's channel. But yeah, man, I think that is a very, very good theory for why they're buying up so many different IPs, because it's been like about a handful.
Yes, it's at least a dozen, if not more, maybe 2 dozen. But the thing is, what's funny is the company itself is a rebrand, because the company is Nordic Games. And a couple of years back, they brought the name THQ and a bunch of THQ IPs, and they rebranded themselves THQ Nordic. And again, THQ is a more well-known name than Nordic Games.
Nordic Games, yeah, so you're right.
I mean, that seems to be a business plan, and like I said, it makes sense especially if they can make it work.
And that was the next thing I was gonna say. They can generate all the hype over these older IPs that they want to. But man, if you don't put out a quality product, that very niche audience will make a big explosion on how much they hate it if it's terrible.
Exactly.
So you still got to come with the goods, especially if it's a well-known IP, because then you're just an IP killer. Right. You're making a game based off a popular franchise, and then you're just gonna, Duke Nukem forever it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, Gearbox. Shots fired.
Pew pew. I ain't playing. You know what I'm saying? No, but for real, like this is one of the things, one of the issues that they're gonna have to, that they're gonna run into, because if they don't come out with a quality product, they will anger a very loud majority of gamers.
The fans, yeah. And on top of that, there's two steps. It has to be quality, but also it has to be very close to the original. Because if they take it and they turn it around, like say a Dead Space 3, people be upset because it could be a good game, but it's not what they remember the game, and it's not what they, the game they fell in love with. So there's definitely a fine line they have to walk. But I'm interested to see.
Yeah, we'll see just how much they care about these IPs that they're gobbling up. Yeah. Because if they just do like a quick asset flip in terms of, the world building and whatnot, from what they had to what the IP can provide, it's gonna be noticeable. Yes. And I don't think people are gonna bite if they sense that. So this will be a very interesting story to follow. Just the tale that is THQ Nordic, because they came out with Darksiders, like we said, not too long ago. It didn't have the best reception, but there has been attempts to cater to the fan base. I think I was talking to Mount Lover, and I guess they changed up the controls a bit in Darksiders 3 to make it more Souls-like.
Right.
So after the fact, they patched the game and added in another mode or feature. I don't remember what it's called, but it basically turned it so it's not Souls-like, as Souls-like as it was intentionally.
They did an update. Yeah, that was one of the major complaints in many of the reviews. Is that they changed the controls, and they like you said, they had to do a rollback.
Yeah.
So
if they're willing to do that, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see what they're willing to do with these other IPs.
Sony Interactive Entertainment has acquired Audio Kinetic, who makes the WaveWorks interactive sound engine, and basically it is the sound engine used in gaming. I mean, it's used BioShock, Rocket League, Destiny, the Assassin's Creed series, Overwatch, PUBG. I mean, Monster Hunter World, Nier Automata. I mean, a lot of these games use it. It's got like the spatial audio, the directional audio. It's basically the audio system. It's almost like you think of like an Unreal Engine type deal. But it's an audio engine. So Sony purchased this company. They said they're gonna let them run as a standalone company, and they're gonna let the technology maintain a platform neutrality. Remain platform neutral, meaning that it'll still be used for games outside of first party games. So initially, when this was first announced, the first thing everybody think, oh my god,
exclusive to PlayStation.
It's exclusive to PlayStation. And to be quite honest, that could still happen sometime down the road. But as it stands right now, they're going to maintain a platform neutral stance, and they'll just be licensed. It's an engine. It's something they license out, and it makes sense that they license it to everybody, because that's just income, right? That's just revenue coming in to license. I feel like
it would be, it'll be better for them to allow everybody to just license it instead of somebody trying to figure out how to make something better, so that they don't have to pay.
You know exactly. Yeah. So we'll see how that goes. So this isn't the first time, and Sony as a company in general, I mean, if you have a cell phone with a camera in it, it is 9 times out of 10 Sony technology. The camera sensor is typically a Sony camera sensor. In fact, Sony's been making sensors for Nikon. If you know, Nikon is the camera, but they've been using Sony sensors for quite a while. So Sony is known to license out their technology is the point I'm trying to get to. And it's just a way for them to generate revenue.
Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that, man. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Yeah, a lot of people thought that after the media war, the HD DVD versus Blu-ray, that like, what's gonna happen for, you know, all other media or whatever. It's like, no, Sony will just license it out.
Sony gets $5 for every Blu-ray player right now. Even the HD, the UHD Blu-ray players, Sony's still getting $5 because that is still Blu-ray technology.
Yeah,
I think it's something like $5 per device sold. So every Xbox that's sold with the UHD Blu-ray player, Sony's getting paid on that. So
getting paid, man. So it's not that bad of a deal.
Exactly.
For them.
So, yeah, and then, you know, it's one thing. Everybody, you look at Sony and you're like, oh, they're a gaming company, but they're not. They're a conglomerate.
Oh yeah.
Hell, they sell life insurance in Japan. If you didn't know that,
I did not.
And they're one of the bigger life insurance companies. So I mean, yeah, they sell all kinds of stuff. They license their products, and you know, they just do what any other conglomerate do. They add companies so they can generate more revenue.
Mm-hmm. The rich get richer.
Yep.
All right, let's go ahead and move on. We got one more story for you guys in our quick hit section, and this one involves Boogie's favorite company.
Yeah, I stand for them.
Nintendo is in the news, and for a very interesting reason. Going forward, Humble will now provide, the ability for you to buy Nintendo games.
Yeah,
on the website.
It's cool. I mean, you have to have a Nintendo eShop account.
Right.
You have to link it to the Humble, and you can buy games and, you know, download them to you. And it's Switch and DS games. Mm-hmm. Although I think right now there's only Switch games up on the store.
Yeah, Switch games, and then they have like eShop games as well. I think something like that.
Right. So right now they said Switch and DS games, but I think right now only available are a few of the Switch games, and they're all first. I take that back. No. They have both. What they have are only first party games. They don't have any third party games yet. That's it. So they do have Switch and 3DS games, but they're currently DS games, but they're currently only first party games. So you can get like Zelda on there, and you can get Mario Kart and a couple other games. And what did you say about it earlier? Because this is the Humble store, right? So we all
it's
look
the
for
Humble
discounts.
store, but yeah. Typically, when you think about Humble store and the Humble bundle, is getting games at a lower price than you may see at a retailer or whatever. But all these games are full price. Every single last one of them, full freaking price. And I found that interesting because it's like, then what the heck is the point?
It's Nintendo. It's Nintendo. They're not going to do any kind of discount. They just don't, right? I mean, that's just the way they do.
Yeah, I just don't get why they would put it on Humble of all, downloadable marketplaces, and then not provide at least any kind of discount. It's like, yeah. I don't know. I guess all the purchases, you could still pick where you want the proceeds to go to or whatever. Maybe a percentage of it goes to like the different charities or whatnot. But
I don't think so.
But yeah, I don't know.
I don't think so. I think just Nintendo is like, we'll let you sell our games, but we're not giving you discounts. We don't discount.
Yeah, Nintendo does not discount. I don't know. Maybe some time down the line there'll be an actual Nintendo Humble Bundle sale.
Yeah, I keep my eye open for that. But I mean, right now I'm looking at games. I mean, they had Mario and Rabbids on sale. No, not Mario and Rabbids. What game did I just? No, the ARMS. They had ARMS on sale for $30 or $40 at some point. That's still full price here. I mean, they've got the Splatoon bundle with the Splatoon and the expansion, $79.98, which is
get out of here. That's full price, man. Get out of here, dude.
New Super Mario Bros. Obviously, that's going to be full price. But I mean,
and that's a Wii U game.
Yeah.
Still selling you those Wii U games, man.
1-2 Switch is full price. I mean, yeah, everything's full price, but it's Nintendo. I don't expect Nintendo to give discounts. They very rarely do.
Yeah, if they do, it'll be some kind of event, and it'll be plastered all over social media, and they'll make tons of money. So whatever. But yeah, we thought it was interesting as one of the first places, outside of your Amazons or whatever, where you can actually buy Nintendo games. So I guess it's a step in the right direction.